we need to talk. Every skydiver should know those 5 important rules. Hey there, this is Catherine Bernier from Skydive Vibes, sharing the passion of skydiving and helping you become a better skydiver. So if you're new here, consider subscribing not to miss our weekly videos all about skydiving. Alright, so we really need to talk because if you're a starting skydiver, well, you really need to know those 5 rules. Rule number 1, first times. The word first is becoming the most important word in your vocabulary. And the reason is that in skydiving, whenever you're doing something for the first time, you need to pay the beer. So think about it, there's a lot of first time when you start skydiving. So let's think about whenever you get a license for the first time, solo license, A license, and so on. Your first plan B, your first reserve, your first jump with your pack job, your first night jump, your first jump at another drop zone, your first jump with a camera, and so on and so on. Let me know in the comments if you're thinking about another first experience that you would need to pay the beer for. Rule number 2. Every time you will reach a milestone in your number of jumps, 100, 200, 300, well, you're most likely to get pied. And yes, this is a tradition in most drop zone. Whenever you achieve a specific number of jumps, you might have some friends coming from behind and just pie you in the face. And I did experience that twice since I have 200 jumps and plus. The first one was at 100 jump when I did a wingsuit rodeo and I looked pretty much like that. Fortunately, I managed to see them coming, but it was pretty messy. By the way, if you want to see that wingsuit rodeo, one of the first skydiving video I made, simply click here. At my 200 jump, I did my first wingsuit jump. I said first. And this time I got pied really good. I just don't have any picture to show for it. Rule number 3, yes, let's talk about beer again, because the life of a skydiver is jumping, beer, sleeping, and repeat. So you need to know about the beer lines. So in most drop zones, there are some area that it's more tricky and dangerous to land. And so to make sure people are not landing in those areas, they create the beer line. And it's really simple. If you land across that beer line, guess what? You got to pay the beer. So whether it's to avoid dangerous areas or to avoid the staff landing area, well, those beer lines are really common. But I don't know if you heard about that, but I've seen beer lines competition, where the goal is to land the nearest possible to the beer line without crossing it. This can be a lot of fun. Rule number 4, I wanted to introduce you guys to the handshake. Yes, before leaving the plane, at every jump you are going to make, the handshake is the very important part. This is when we wish good jump to our peers and we tell them, see you on the ground. So the handshake has to be in a very specific way, as you can see right now. Rule number 5, you are most likely to have heard me say it at the end of every of my videos, and this is blue skies. This is the skydiver salutation that you need to know. Alright, so I hope you liked this video about the 5 important rules that I just thought it would be great for you to know and learn about if you didn't at this point. So I hope you've enjoyed it. Share it with all the skydivers that you know, the new ones, so that they are aware of those rules. And let me know in the comments if you have any other rules that you've heard about on your drop zone so that we can be aware of them. And consider subscribing not to miss our weekly videos all about skydiving. For skydivers, by a skydiver. On that, keep jumping, stay safe, and blue skies. That you would need to pay the beer. That you would need to pay the beer. That you would need to pay the beer for.